Hi, this is Teacher Jennifer from U.S. Citizenship Podcast. We're back at myuscis.gov account/onboarding, and we're talking about applying for our USCIS N-400 application for naturalization. We're talking about submitting it online. In the previous video, I talked about how to create your account. At this point, you could track your case, you can file a form, you can enter a representative passcode, and you can verify your identity, which means you would answer questions about your immigration history, such as providing your alien number. What we would like to do is go through the first part of submitting a file online, uh, submitting a form online. Let's get started. So I'm clicking that button, and before we do that, we're going to say that we're applying for naturalization. We're not uh, going to replace a green card. And what they're going to do now is take us through a series of questions that's going to determine our eligibility. So let's get started with that. They want to make sure that you're actually eligible, or um, so the first question is are one or both of your parents a U.S. citizen? If one of your parents is a citizen, perhaps you are a citizen. However, for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to say no, and then go to next. How old are you? Now, to be a U.S. citizen, uh, to apply for U.S. citizenship, you have to be 18 and older. Under 18, they have certain exceptions that youth can submit an N-600, but we're going to say that we're 18 and older. Next. Are you a member of the armed forces? No, we are not a member of the armed forces. Next. Are you a lawful permanent resident? Yes, we are lawful permanent residents. Next. And when did we become lawful permanent residents? So if it's March 28, 2013, that means that we have been here for over 4 years and 9 months. So we would be eligible to apply. So remember, you have to be, for most people, have to be a legal permanent residents for 5 years. However, you can make your application at 4 years, 9 months. So I'm going to click that. Have I left the United States in the past 5 years? Yes, I've actually traveled. So I'm going to say yes. Like many of my students, they travel. And have any of our trips been outside the United States longer than 6 months? If I say yes, then possibly I could violate the terms of my legal permanent residence. But actually, no, all my trips have been under that 6 months. Have I moved in the past 3 months? Remember, you have to establish residency in whatever district the USCIS offices or field offices are. No, I have not moved in the past 3 months. And I might be eligible to apply. Your eligibility, I have been a lawful permanent resident for 5 months, for more than 5 years. Your eligibility will depend on your ability to establish good moral character and your ability to meet the English and civics requirements for naturalization. So now we're going to go to the application for naturalization. Before you make this application, we checked our eligibility. They're going to talk about the fee. If you're under 75 years old, the application fee is $725. This includes the $640 standard fee plus an $85 biometric service fee. If you are 75 years or older, there is no biometrics fee and the application is $640. We're going to be filing online, and the information and the costs are going to be the same. The documents that we're going to need to complete our application is that it depends on if it's personal history or family or circumstances. You might, if my application was based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, I would have to possibly scan in my marriage certificate, those kind of documentation. So after you submit your application, we can track our case status online. We can respond to requests for information. Say, for instance, they would like to see information about that marriage certificate or possibly a birth certificate of a child born in the United States. They're going to ask information about biometrics, and which is information about fingerprinting, photography, and your signature. We're going to have to attend the interview, and we're going to have to take the oath of allegiance. Remember, you're not a citizen until you take that oath of allegiance. So I'm going to click next. And now excuse me, let me go to the top on this. We're going to complete the Getting Started section first. We're going to try to get as many responses as we can. They automatically save the responses. So here, we automatically save your information when you select Next to go to a new page or navigate to another section of the form. We will save your information for 30 days from today or from the last time you worked on your form. And how do we continue to filling out the form? After you start the form, you can sign into your account to continue where you left off. Now remember, when you sign out of your account and you need to get back in, you're going to have to, when you go to the account, sign in, they're going to ask you, or they're going to send you a one-time only password so you can get back in. Here's some information about the privacy. USCIS is very, very serious about keeping your information private, and they're talking about Paperwork Reduction Act. So there's a security reminder. If you do not work on your application for more than 30 days, we will delete your data in order to prevent storing personal information indefinitely. And now we're going to start the application. So what we're going to do when we start this application, I'm going to give you a very brief overview of the application. I'm going to try to fill it all out online, and then we could go back and review it. Then here's another screen about my information about eligibility. And let's just simply read what they have here. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you. The basis of eligibility shown here reflects your answers to questions about your lawful permanent residency, age, and other factors. If this statement is not accurate or you choose not to determine your eligibility, you can change your basis of eligibility here. And have I been a lawful permanent resident for more than 5 years? Yes. So now I'm going to next. They're saving my responsibilities. Is someone assisting you with completing this application? Now, for instance, you could be talking about a family member or a legal representative, or maybe a translator might be helping you. This is where you would say yes or no. Let's do a quick overview, and then I'm going to stop this video and we're going to go on to the next one. We're going to, let's just do a quick overview of what we have on the top. We have the getting started. We're going to have about you, your family, moral character, which is part 12 of the N-400, the evidence that you might need, and you can review and submit it. This is the basis of the eligibility and your immigration information. You're going to have information, you're going to answer questions about your name, your contact information, and when or where you're going to were born. Again, I'm going to stop this video and then we'll come back to see a completed form.